Thursday, I'm unprepared as usual. The 19th of July. So we are going to be checking this out. You guys read that already, I imagine. That's good. Let's go find Zur and get a look at what he's got to offer us today. In the meantime, while I wait for things to go forward and get me where I want to be, um, been watching a lot of videos on practicing gratitude, which is supposed to help with anhedonia, which is a state of being where things you think used to give you joy kind of really don't, but that's actually some kind of like a depression level. That's a level of depression that is very subversive, to use their nomenclature. Um, and it's kind of one of the reasons why you'll see me and you'll hear me talk about how I do a purge, how I will like basically just dump mass quantities of gear or resources on, and sometimes even delete whole accounts. Now, I don't really think that that's a reaction to my mental health, but I do know that I like the climb. For me, the climb is a lot of fun. Now, that is to say different than the hunt. I believe that good work brings good results. I don't really subscribe to the whole idea work hard or work smart. Just do good work. It doesn't have to be smart work. It doesn't have to be hard work. It doesn't have to be making other people do the work for you. It just, do something that means something. Do something that matters. Wow, dude, just cringing from me like I'm about ready to beat your ass. What the fuck? Any case, so I like to engage in a game in a minimalist level. When I first started playing role playing games back in the old Moldvay Basic Edition, the book was everything. You had all you needed in one red book, and then there was like a module, and then some other things like some character sheets, of course. But everything was laid out on a one-sided sheet, and it was for your character, and you could play the game with just that information. That's all you really kind of need. I mean, effectively, all you really need is a way to randomize the outcome of a thing that's not a certain thing to do. For instance, like, oh, I want to leave this menu. I can press the circle dismiss button. It's pretty much easy to do. If I was in an RPG and a DM and a dungeon master or game master was in charge of the outcomes of my choices, then they would just say, well, that happens or this happens. But let's say, I want to try to run at full speed up to Holiday, take a flying leap off the tower, and fly across the city on my own accord. Uh, and you can see that didn't happen because the dungeon master, the game master, the this game's engine says no. You don't even have the skills to do that. There's no way you could do that. You can't even triple jump here, even though you might have that ability unlocked on your character sheet. You don't have the ability to triple jump in the tower, let alone summon your sparrow. In fact, if you do try to summon your sparrow, nothing happens. The square button doesn't work here. So that's kind of the way, and it's a very simple, in spite of the complexity of a video game engine that makes all this seem simple, it is still simple mechanics. And when you play a game like Dungeons and Dragons, it can be really that simple. You don't need all the feats and all the skills and all the subclasses and all the character levels or anything like that. In fact, I've been playing two games now with my youngest, and she has a character sheet and it has a list of things that she can do in the game world and how well she can do them. But apart from that, there is no character level in our game. There's no character class in the game. She chose a profession for her character, and she chose a combat role or basic attitude towards combat. And for me, that is playing good. Okay, that is playing well, or le goat, as the Swiss would say. And yeah, you get my point. So when it comes to practicing gratitude, being grateful for how little you have, as opposed to how much more of something you don't want you could get, and that is where I base my attitude towards minimalist play. I don't have, I mean, pretty much everything you see on my character sheet here is what my character plays with. Is what I play with. Um, and there is nothing except for I don't even know if there's any mementos in my vault. But we're going to go to the point here. Talking about Zur. All right, so we've got Gemini Jester, we've got the Dune Marchers. These are not bad stats. I mean, 64 is kind of meh. A Nightfall Cipher. Ooh, present this to Commander Zavala in the tower to claim a reward. I like that. It'll be the oh shit, wild style grenade launcher. That's the Nightfall. Here's your basic little stuff here, blah blah blah. And then of course this is what we're really interested in. Okay, so you get the Arbalist, the Trinity Goal, that's good, and the Prospector. That used to be a really good barrel loading grenade launcher. I actually got a lot done with that gun. Oh, here's one of my favorite snipers, the Far Future. What's the stats on here? You don't even have to worry about the stats. This is one of those kinds of tools or weapons that it doesn't matter what these perks really are. What you're really looking for is something here that's going to help mitigate your play style. This really kind of is okay. It's just kind of like I don't know, free toppings on a frozen yogurt, which of course I fucking adore frozen yogurt. Let's see the quick feign. I've gone to taking on the gold tusk as a hunter. This is the quick feign. You'll be the crown something other or the Void's Edge, I guess, for the Warlock. But yeah, Relentless Strikes, Flash Counter. I hate Flash Counter. Fuck Flash Counter. Even Jagged Edge and Swordmaster's Guard and an Impact Masterwork don't make up for Flash Counter. Fuck this weapon. No, Memory Interdict was another good grenade launchers. Ugh, fuck that perk. That perk sucks ass. Even with spike grenades, that perk sucks ass. That's okay. So I guess we get two versus one. And then hard launch with smart drift control as a choice. Mini frags is I don't know. The presence of these two turds in the punch bowl kind of just make it worth less for me. Let's see, Honor's Edge. There are better craftable weapons, swords wise. Hand cannons. I basically try to stay away from 140s. I know I have one in my inventory right now. Where is she? No, I have 180. I don't have any 140s in my inventory. Oh. Go figure, right? And then, of course, it just takes us all the way the fuck out, even though I just went straight to my inventory. All right, Annual Skate. That's an unfortunate name. Let's see. Wellspring's not bad. No Distractions not bad. Activized rounds versus steady rounds. Sure Shot HCS is actually pretty good. That's kind of meh. Handling Masterwork on a hand cannon. That's nice because you're dealing with close quarters. So you want to whip your arc. You want to get through your arc of fire pretty quickly. Let's see here. Subsistence and Rangefinder on the Nature of the Beast. This was also a bang from the past. Blast from the past, excuse me. I don't know. And you can craft better, but it's a 180, so I don't know. If you're plugging holes, this is probably okay. Speaking of plugging holes, we have a 66 on the boots and 65 on the helmet. Chest piece is 67. That's actually really good. Um, wow. I'm gonna take a serious shit in the pants for the Brazilians there, but no, because if you what you do is okay, because this is masterwork with a plus 10 mod on it, so that's basically 22 points. You got to take 22 points off of that. That is a 68. That is not actually that good, but for a 67, that is still pretty good to get. That's what I'm saying is that I've played and curated my character to the point where even though I like to play it light and get a good experience, get a good game session in, as opposed to a hard session in. Um, I could still go into pretty tense and hectic content and be able to sustain myself versus power levels, of course. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if you're missing, if these are all about plugging some holes here and there. If you're going for a particular perk or something like that, you're trying to weight your experience. That's fine. That's good. It's not gonna break any banks or anything. But that's about it, really. I don't play a warlock anymore, but when I did play a warlock, I played with this. The Astrocyte verse is actually really nice. Especially because I really did try to get into Blink as much as possible, and I figured this was good. I think the Inmost Sight is actually better as far as helmets are concerned. My son has strong opinions about this helmet, and I keep encouraging that he should try to, voice those sometimes. Dune Marchers, I don't know. Gemini Jesters, I played with those for a while, but they were like, eh, that's fine. Traveler's Chosen and the Sunshot Catalyst. Well, I'm going to be seeing a lot of these in the Crucible this week. Okay, well that's about it. I am super excited for this. So there's a chase. That's a thing to chase. That's the climb. That's what I'm talking about. I like I like building characters. I like playing out those characters and then watching them grow and stuff like that. When I think they get to a point where that's pretty much it, then I'll go ahead and roll a new one. Now, honestly, we only get 3 slots in Destiny, and Bungie has still made um, has still is still penalizing people for having multiples of the same character class. So wanting to build another hunter is something, I have to delete a hunter in order to build a hunter. This is what I'm talking about. Nothing in the vault because there isn't a need for anything else in the vault. I have pretty much all the weapons I want to play with right here on me. And yeah, most of them are crafted. I think we have one. Would it be so nice if there's a way to convert this to like an enhanced version? Because I do really enjoy threat detector and chain reaction. Although I could probably go with clown cartridge more than threat detector. I think clown cartridge would be better here based upon how I use this thing. But yeah, I've got two. So I've got two legendaries. One of them is enhanced. And this is really just a placeholder. The weapon that I really want to get, which is going to be just me playing the waiting game, because I have yet to find the actual hard schedule that says, hey, this weapon is showing up this time. So I'm wondering if the cipher will allow me to collect that. It doesn't show that it's something there, but yeah, this is on everything here is on a rotation. This is what you're getting right now from the current Nightfall, which is, I mean, WoW style's good, but I play with the Horde, so what the fuck. Um, so yeah, everything's just kind of cooking there. Anyway, that's about it. So about the whole thing about practicing gratitude, my minimalism, my purging of extraneous gear or deleting characters and re-rolling them, it's not about the fact that I'm not grateful for what I have gotten out of those experiences. It's just that I'm grateful for the fact that I can start fresh. Um, you're talking about the one from the Vanguard. You play the current Nightfall. Any level will do. I just play on the basic one. You just it's actually a pretty good uh, rifle. The Wither Horde is an exotic drop, but Rahul will probably sell it from time to time. In fact, actually, I think he's got a focus for it. If you're talking the Wither Horde, it's going to be through Rahul with an exotic engram in the library. It's easy. So let's see what we got here. Oh, these are all just armor pieces. Where's the? I think it was back here. No. Oh, wait, do we not get exotic weapons out of him anymore? I thought we used to get exotic weapons out of him. This is materials exchange. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Random drop for the Wither Horde, that is. But when you're talking about the wild style, which I said is the this week's rotation for Nightfall, just yeah, any completion, it's random. It's a pretty good gun. You'll get random perks. I think I got something with quick launch that was okay, but like playing with this one, this is more about. Well, actually, let's see collections. Maybe collections tells you where you can get it. I don't. I don't hunt around in this anymore. Uh, there's the Wither Horde. Of course, that would make things too easy. The little tooltip over here, obtainable. The heavy grenade launcher. Oh, the blast plateau. Banshee. It's just a Banshee reward. It used to be from Season of the Hunt way back when you were taking down the barons and stuff, and then you went into these like lost sectors and stuff. But Banshee will sometimes has it in rotation. You could buy with materials, or if you just complete his quests and then cash in his engrams, he'll have it out there too. In fact, does this still give us? No, it doesn't. But yeah, check this every now and then. It changes on the day. Um, and then of course just rank him up and do his quests. Oh, here's focus decoding. Yeah, and sometimes you can find it down here. It would be down in something like that, I think. But the blast plateau is actually uh, it's actually pretty nice, and you can get it as a random drop just from doing Vanguard strikes too. So it's in the loot pool. That's the thing about when it comes to a game like Bungie's, Destiny, it's really there's a lot of inventory bloat, and that makes the odds of getting things that players want to play with even harder, which is part of the dynamic of the game. They want you to keep playing. They don't want you grinding, and their definition of grinding is, squatting in a patrol zone and, just knocking off enemies or, camping out in one of the playlist activities. Like one day, I went ahead and I spent the whole afternoon, shit, me, 6 hours, I think, playing Gambit and reset my reputation too many times. Um, and I didn't have a problem with it. I actually really enjoyed myself, and that's like I said. In earlier videos, I talk about the tiers of gameplay. You have the grind where it's like when you're grinding, you're grinding when you're thinking about doing something else. Like if you're in a nightfall, you're doing the nightfall progression, and you are constantly thinking about, okay, I could be, reading a comic book, or I could be watching YouTube or TikTok, or I could be, going on patrol, or I could be hanging out with my friends in Crucible, but I'm here doing nightfalls. That's that is a grind when you're there because you feel like you need to be there, and you're really just wanting to be somewhere else. Then there's farming, which is you're going in with a very specific thing you're looking for, and you're focused on getting that thing. You're doing everything you can to improve your chances of getting the thing you want, or you're getting all that stuff. Uh, yeah, no problem. That excellent. But yeah, but the play state you want to be in is the binge, where you just get in and you have fun. But like the gunsmith bounties, I do them every day. And I've gotten many blast bateaus, but none of them have actually compared to this. And again, I mean, I've been playing for 10 years, so knowing how I play and what I want out of a game really plays a lot into what I choose. And not to sound, tropic, I guess, or cliched. Not to sound cliched, your mileage will always vary. But anyway, that's kind of it. So I'm going to go piss off and mess around in some lost sectors. You guys have fun. Check Zer out. He's got this neat little Vanguard cipher for the Nightfall. I don't know what that's going to be. So when I figure that out, I'll be back, hopefully, and show you guys an example of that, which is going to be me doing a shit ton of my favorite game, Gambit, um, to get those strange coins. Until next time, play well, be nice, and practice gratitude in your own way. But more importantly, don't forget to be grateful for the things that could be happening. Ooh, some scary shit sometimes.